Okay, the last video I gave you a simplified overview of what machine learning is. This video, let's talk a bit more about what is a type of machine learning that is used most frequently today, which is deep learning. Also, some people call it neural-network learning or learning with neural network. So what is deep learning? Deep learning is a special kind of artificial intelligence. You see, in regular machine learning, we give computer lots of examples and it learns patterns to help making predictions and guesses. Deep learning does the same thing, but it kind of uses a special process or tool called a neural network, and it is inspired by how our brain works. Think of it like a giant web made of digital neurons, little pieces that pass information to each other, just like brain cells do. The difference is that deep learning can handle way more complex stuff, like understanding speech, drawing pictures from text, even reading emotions. So how does it work? Imagine you are teaching a kid to tell the difference between dogs and cats. You don't tell them the rules. You just show them a lot of pictures, right? And you tell them which one is dog and which is cat. And this is exactly how deep learning learns, by looking at a lot of examples. And then once we feed them all these examples and data, and each of them can often come with a label like this is a dog, this sound means clap, and it thinks in layers. So this process called deep learning generally thinks in layers. The data goes through many layers of the neural network. Each layer is made of tiny parts called neurons that do small calculations. So one layer might look for shapes, another might focus on colors, and another layer might search for tails, ears, or other specific patterns. So at first the guesses and predictions are not as accurate and more random, but over time, as AIs compare its guesses and predictions to the correct answer, if it's wrong, it will tweak its internal settings a tiny bit so that it gets closer to that right answer each time. And this process is called backpropagation. Don't worry about remembering that, but just know that AI is basically adjusting parameters within itself. It's like if it gets close to the answer, it will keep doing that. If it gets further away from the answer, it will adjust such that its process get it closer to the real answer. So it is literally like learning from your mistakes. And computers can repeat this again and again millions of times within a very short duration. So, obviously, after a certain amount of time, it gets really good. The neural network gets really smart, and it can now look at a brand new photo and make a guess on its own. And the result will be very close. It almost certainly will be accurate with something as simple as, is this picture of a dog or a cat? Why is this so powerful? Well, deep learning using this kind of method, layer method, is behind some of the most powerful and popular AIs today. AIs like ChatGPT, image generators like Midjourney, voice tools like 11 Labs, self-driving cars and systems, medical tools that find signs of diseases, translators that speaks all the languages in the world, and much more. The more data we give it, the deeper the network becomes. There's really no limit to what it could learn. So the more data we give it, the better it gets at recognizing patterns and help us solving potentially unlimited type of problems. So bottom line, deep learning is how computer learns from huge piles of data by copying the way our brains handle information, the way it's processing. It's smart, it's fast, and it's getting better every day. And whether you know it or not, you are already using deep learning tools in your daily life. Okay, I think I have so far hit on most of the basic topics of how AI works. Like this video if you think it helped, subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next video.